Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back. All right, folks. Tennis history was just created a couple of moments ago. Novak Djokovic became the third tennis player of reaching 20 Grand Slams. Now he has nothing that separates him, Roger, and Nadal in the Grand Slam rally. And he is, of course, in the front seat here. Novak was still the last man standing after all of this opponent entered the field. Some people tried to snatch the crown, but Novak won all of his 7 matches. In the final match, he got the most difficult opponents. The opponent, the Italian guy named Matteo Berrettini, really tried today, but let's be honest, this wasn't a superbly great final that we are used to see. Still a good match though, still exciting, still a lot of things happening in this battle. Both of the players were very nervous in the beginning, especially the first set. Novak has now a decent and an honest chance of doing something in the male tennis that nobody have ever done. It's the golden Grand Slam. If Novak's managed to win the Olympics and the US Open, he will be the first man in the history. On the women's side, we have Steffi Graf, who completed that marvelous achievement in 1988, winning all the 4 Grand Slams and the Olympic gold. Not so bad for Djokovic. So his 20 Grand Slam in the 30 final. He has 21 straight wins at Wimbledon. He has 3 straight Wimbledon victories. He achieved that very difficult double that a couple of players has only done, and Nadal was the last man who did that in 2010. Federer did that in 2009. Bjorn Borg has done it 3 times, I think, if I'm not mistaken, win the French Open and the Wimbledon straight after each other. Tremendous strength for Novak Djokovic. He won his 6th victory here, and he has constantly beaten not only Roger and Federer, he has constantly beaten this next gen, old gen, middle gen, lost gen, gens that are still under creation, but will still have to face the monster Novak Djokovic, who is on a deadly mission. He is here to wipe out every history of the book. Novak is the student of the game. He has always been in the back seat when everybody has talked about Roger and Rafa. Of course, they are older than him, especially Roger. They are not the same generation, but we can call them almost the same era. They are the same era because they have faced each other many times since 2007. So I count them as the same era, but not the same generation because of the age gap. But still, Novak Djokovic, I predicted before the tournament, Novak will win. It was not a tough discussion with my 2 brain halves that I have here, and the third is right at the backside. When they started talking to each other, when I started to rub my genius brain, I said to myself, who can beat Novak? Nobody. So let's pick him as the number 1, and the rest, I leave for the rest. All right. So I predicted with my brain, not with my heart. Even if Novak Djokovic hasn't been as solid as he has done through his solid career, he's definitely not in his prime. And to be honest, this is actually, of all the Grand Slam matches that I've watched him play, all of the Grand Slam finals that he has won, of all of those 20 Grand Slam finals, I can clearly say what I remember, but I have a short memory. So this is the final that he has placed least best. This was a final that he was not on his normal level. But what does Novak do that's kept him alive in this final and made him win? He always finds a solution. He gives Berrettini his chances, but not enough. And Berrettini took some of those chances. He battled back, he tried, but in the longer run, he was just so smart. He even approached the net 48 times in this match and won 34 of them. He was very successful in that area. So Novak really played a great tennis. Berrettini was not in the zone like he was against Hubert Hurkacz. He did too much unforced errors in this match. We saw in the beginning when he hit, because before this final he hasn't met any top 10 player, and he won at Queens, so he could have gone clean in this grass court season, but he didn't. Novak did that, of course. So Novak was actually the ultimate test of how good Berrettini is on grass, and Novak showed today why he's the best player in the world, because Novak still won a lot of points in his first serves. He won 79% total in this match and 53% behind the second serve. While Berrettini had great numbers, 76 behind his first serves and 39 behind the second serve. A little less numbers there. Novak really took that advantage. It's Berrettini's second serve, like I predicted. And Novak made 31 winners and 21 unforced errors. Meanwhile, Berrettini did 57 winners and 47 unforced errors. I think he did 16 or 17 aces also. But to be honest, this was not a superbly well executed final. Level-wise, Novak played the mental game here. He was the mental more smart, the mental more clutch player, the mental more calm player in this battle, in this final. Berrettini was just sometimes too hard-headed. His head was too hot. He did and hesitated too many times. He wasn't as patient as Novak, and that is due to the experience. It's his 14th Grand Slam appearance, and he reached the final here, so nothing to be ashamed of. But today he met and definitely a better player. And I knew that Berrettini's second serve was going to be tested in this battle today. So it's small margins. We saw in the beginning of the match, Berrettini got spaghetti arms. He couldn't hit that backhand. His backhand overall in this final was terrible. Like I said to myself, I said, this backhand, I have seen anybody in a final recently, the last 15 years, play his backhand this unstable, this terrible, this out of comfort and belief that Berrettini did. His backhand was terrible, but he had that little forehand, and when he got rewarded many times, sometimes he didn't get rewarded, and that just leaves Berrettini with his serve. He moves great and solid, of course. But Novak got more meters under his shoes in this final match. So I don't know. Novak does always like he does. He's play passive in the beginning. He spars with his opponent. He didn't play that super sharp in the beginning. He was very passive. And he tried to open up Berrettini's forehand side by aiming constantly on his backhand. And like Novak knows, Berrettini likes to go around and hit with his forehand. And that made Novak take those chances that he got to hit a clean winner on Berrettini's forehand side. So he really dictated the game. No, don't get this. If you saw the match, don't get anything wrong. Novak was in charge of the game. He was in charge of the baseline duels. He was charging of all the match. Berrettini had his serve. Novak waited for his opportunities just to play his game. And Novak plays he gives you very small margins to work on. And Novak tried his best in this match to stick to that plan, but a player like Berrettini, who is very unpredictable, you don't know what he's gonna do. And sometimes he made many bad decisions, but sometimes he got Federer, Djokovic standing on the wall by hitting those superbly forehands and bomb serves. And what can I say more? I don't want to take too much time in this video. Like I said, even though Djokovic is not as good as before, he still is too rock solid. You can hit through him. He didn't do this was not the best match he did in the tournament. And Berrettini should have stepped into the court more on and tried to hit a winner with his forehand when Novak was serving his second service. And Novak almost aimed 9 out of 10 at Berrettini's backhand. So Berrettini had the time and the chance to go around to hit with his forehand, but he didn't do that too much. I was actually waiting when he's gonna do that, when he's gonna go around and hit with his forehand, but he didn't. And Novak was clearly the much better baseline player. He lured Berrettini when he approached the net. How did he lure him? He played a couple of, he traded baseline duels. He took one step into the court and made Berrettini safe. And another step into the court, and he was almost in the mid-court. And after that, he just went on and tried to execute that point on the net, and he was very successful. So 20 Grand Slams, 6 at Wimbledon, 21 straight victories at Wimbledon, won his first Wimbledon and French Open at the same year, 3 straight Wimbledons. I'm very impressed by Novak. He has created history and he's still creating. He's going to expand his lead. He's going to be in the front seat of the number 1 ranking for, I think, on Monday it's going to be 329 weeks, or was it 39? I forgot. So Novak Djokovic, he is out there. He has this great chance of winning the US Open also and make it a calendar Grand Slam. And like I said in my previous video, this is the all-in season. Novak is going all in this season with every force, with every power, with everything that he has. He's going to make this calendar year complete, I believe, because they are going to speed up the US Open and it's going to suit his game. It's going to suit his game. Believe me, he's here. All right, a little bit stats from the set by set. First set, Novak won 84% behind his first serve, 41% behind his second serve. Berrettini won 76% behind his first serve and 41% behind his second serve. Even number where Berrettini won that set in tie break. Novak did 6 winners and 10 unforced errors. Berrettini did 70 winners and 20 unforced errors. He was up 5-2 Novak. I thought that he's going to sail away. Berrettini showed great mental toughness and fought back. And then he showed in the tie break that he is not an average guy that just fall off as soon as anything goes in not his way. So in the second set, Novak's first serves numbers were 76% wins behind his first serves, 63 behind his second serves. He won a little bit more in point in his second serve, and that was the winning. I think that was the factor, because Berrettini couldn't touch him and go in for it. And at the same time, Novak won more points on Berrettini's first serves and second serves. Berrettini only won 64% behind his first serve and 43% behind his second serve. And Novak only did 4 unforced errors and 12 winners. Berrettini, on the hand, played a little bit more solid and consistent. He still did 9 unforced errors, but was only hitting 12 winners. So it wasn't... Novak had the lead. He was up 4-0, 5-1, I think, and then Berrettini managed to broke back. And when Novak was serving, he held his serve. He even had matched 3 set points in Berrettini's serve. So he won the second set 6-4. In the third set, Novak won 6-4. He won 68% behind his first serve and 69% behind his second serve. Still rock solid numbers. Berrettini won 93% behind his first serve, but lost many points, half of the points behind his second serve. That's where Novak put the teeth in his serve and took his chances. Novak did only 5 winners, but only 3 unforced errors, while Berrettini did 15 winners and 9 unforced errors again in this third set. In the fourth and last set, where Novak doubled break the Italian, he won 6-3. He raised his serve numbers, at least his first serve. He won 86% behind his first serves and 44% behind his second serve. and Berrettini won 76% behind his first serves and only 17 behind his second serve. That's not great numbers. That's one of the key factors that Novak went out crazy in the fourth set. He was really determined of ending this match early as possible. He did 8 winners and only 4 unforced errors, while Berrettini hit similar numbers. Like in the second and the third set, he did 13 winners and 9 unforced errors again. I said before the match he has to keep his unforced errors number under 30 unforced errors to actually win the match. But he didn't. He did too many unforced errors in the first set. Even though we won that, he spread those unforced errors great in 3 sets, but Novak was just more clutch when he got his chance and sailed off and won the title fair and square. Nothing to discuss about. Look, with 20 Grand Slam each, everybody's going to go into the GOAT race now. Who is the greatest player of all time? Who is the best among these 3? I can say this. Amongst Roger, Novak, and Rafael Nadal, the most complete player, without a shadow of a doubt, is Novak Djokovic. The most elegant and the most watchable player is Roger, of course. The player with the most fighting spirit and the best player amongst them are, of course, Rafael Nadal. So many people will say, now Novak is the GOAT, Federer is the GOAT, Nadal is the shepherd, and Novak owns that farm. Novak has showed that he's better than both of his chief rivals, even though the age difference and the different primes between Novak and Federer is not. Some people will say it's fair, some will say not fair. I don't care about that. I have my own opinion. I believe that Novak Djokovic is the better player, but to make the greatest player of all time, that debate is another debate, because we have to include every player in the history of tennis, in the different eras of tennis. But I can say with 9 victories at Australian Open, 2 victories at French Open, 6 victories at Wimbledon, and what makes it left? 3 victories at US Open, really cement Novak Djokovic as the best player in the world. He has won the calendar Grand Slam twice. He has won all the Masters twice. He has the most weak, and he's only one Grand Slam final of equaling Roger Federer's 31 Grand Slam title overall, 31 Grand Slam finals overall. So like I said, if you want to play and talk about goats and shepherds and stuff like that, Novak is the owner of the farm, while Nadal is the shepherd and Federer are the goat. You can call it whatever you want. I have seen many great tennis players in my life. I watched tennis for 35 years almost, maybe more. I don't like to take credit from other players in different eras and generations. So I'm just going to say the best player today is Novak Djokovic, the Serbian Terminator. Look, Novak Djokovic has one thing else that he has to fight. It's not always his opponents, it's the crowd. We saw today a little bit of the crowd that made him angry. Novak is the mental beast. He is the most mentally tough player of all time. That's for sure, no doubt about it. To constantly beating his opponent and the crowd, especially at Wimbledon, who I rank as the highest and most valuable and most prestigious Grand Slam, that makes his achievement 6-time winning achievements even more, because he has beaten Roger 3 times here. And in the beginning, when I saw Berrettini play, I said, whoa, oh my God, how nervous is this guy? Did he actually reach the final by playing this bad? Especially, look how many unforced errors he did in the first set, 20, but he still won. But especially from the backhand, I said to myself, this must be the worst Grand Slam finalist at Wimbledon that I've seen since David Nalbandian against Roger Federer in 2003, or Kevin Anderson's appearance against Novak Djokovic in 2008. Otherwise, all of the opponents, even though Federer crushed some of them in his finals, the opponents put up for the dance. It was two that wanted to tango, not one. I thought that in the beginning of the match. But then Berrettini started to fight back. I said, okay, he's on his normal level now. And after 7 matches here at Wimbledon, Novak was the man that I thought everybody was going to try to beat, but they couldn't do that. So for Novak Djokovic's sake, I hope he's still healthy and plays tennis. He will do that. He will sure be the man, undisputed champion, king of tennis right now. Nobody can touch him. Look at every surfaces we have. Clay, indoor, clay, indoor, grass. Novak is best on every of those surfaces. And he's still fit. He's still fresh. He's still hungry. He still wants to win. He still wants to make and set the record straight for once and all against Nadal, against Djokovic. I'm not afraid of Medvedev, Tsitsipas, Zverev, Berrettini. I'm not afraid of those guys that are going to beat Novak in a Grand Slam final. Never, never, never. It's possible, of course. It's not unimpossible. It's sports. Everybody can have the best day of their life. But look at today. Novak was not even, I believe he was between 17 and 80% of his level and still beat Berrettini. Why? Because Berrettini is too one-dimensional. Berrettini, if he had a better game plan, if he has more variety in his game, he could have won this match. Novak read him as an open book. That's why he played so passively in the beginning. But then when Berrettini started to play better and the match was leveled, Novak went on and pushed that offensive button. And what happened after that in the beginning of the second set and in the third set and in the fourth set? Novak played more offensive when he really had to. And he's so solid from the baseline. He ran around the court like it was his last day on the grass field, like he was going to be slaughtered. Novak Djokovic really moved and used the court to his advantage. The whole court, the grass court, he found the angles, he found those spots. And when he had the chance, he put the trigger. Berrettini tried his best. Don't believe me. I'm not saying Berrettini was terrible in this match, but he was just not good enough. Even though he took the first set, a set that Novak shouldn't have given away in the ending when he was up 5-2. In my honest opinion, I predicted the 3-1 victory for Novak Djokovic, and he's the victorious guy. All right, Novak Djokovic, big congratulations. You have really deserved it. You have showed why you are the best player. Even though he's not my favorite player, what can I do? I can just applaud and bow down to a sportsman out of this world. I like solid sportsmen. Novak plays fair also. And big congratulations to the small nation. Serbia, who has 5 tennis players in the top 100. Italia has 10 players in the top 100. But Berrettini is the one with that super edge that the other players don't have. Fonini, I think, is finished. We have Musetti, Sonego, and a couple of other guys that are here in the top 100. So big props to Novak. Thank you for watching this video. Take care and bye-bye.